Hold on, I'm recording a YouTube video.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I forgot to tell you. Can you leave?
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, I just want to say that I am very wrong, or I was very wrong, about how well this was going to work. Um, I don't think the bubble was going to be a good idea at all. Whenever they first came out with the idea, and they were doing all the tests, getting ready for the season to come out, and there were all these positive tests and stuff. I was freaking out. I think I was just almost trying to convince myself that it wasn't going to work before it even came out, before they even tried it, because I didn't think it was going to go through. I didn't think it would work, but they've had 0 cases for 0 positive tests since July 13th, and this is a couple days old, 6 days old, but also no more have come out since then. So we've had 2 weeks of no cases at all in the NBA. I can't believe that they're pulling this off, and I don't want to get my hopes up too hard, but the season starts in 3-4 days, so we're almost there, and I am so happy. So we'll start off with a little bit of positive news there. That's unbelievable. Second thing I wanted to talk about, maybe this one, not so positive, depending on who you are. The Knicks signed Tom Thibodeau to a 5-year deal. Now, I don't know. I'm no NBA expert. I just know what I know. But Tom Thibodeau, there's one positive from this hiring, but I'll get to that later. But it just seems so uninspired. Like, they were talking about hiring Kenny Atkinson, who's known for player development. You know, he was already in New York. I feel like a lot of people in New York liked him, other than KD and Kyrie, and some of the other Knicks players that didn't keep him around. But the main problem with them was they didn't appreciate the rotation. But in New York, other New York, in the Knicks organization, nobody should care about the rotation because everyone there, 99% of the players are not that good. So Kenny Atkinson could develop some of the younger guys there. It doesn't seem like there would be that many waves that would be created by them hiring him. But instead they hire Thibodeau, who has just pushed, a lot of times he's pushed a lot of people away from him, and he's known for being like pretty old school. And it's with a team of a bunch of young guys. I don't know. It seems very uninspired, and it's just like they wanted it's like a name that they've heard. Well, obviously they know the people that they're looking at, but it's a name that people have heard. Tom Thibodeau, not a good hire, I don't think. One positive though, everybody got mad at the Knicks for not playing their good players or their young players enough and not having enough of a set rotation. Well, I mean, with Tom Thibodeau there, all the young guys are going to play 40 minutes a game. So I know Mitchell Robinson, they've always been making these excuses for, not excuses, but he fouls out. But I mean, it's almost like they would not play him because they're afraid of him fouling out, instead of just maybe letting him foul out whenever you're going to win 20 games this season anyway. I don't know, maybe just let him get the time instead of being so afraid that he's going to foul out. So at least hopefully Thibodeau will give him some time. I mean, that's all they can hope for, because it just seems very uninspired to me. But we'll see. Feel free to yell at me. Do whatever you want to do in the comments. Okay, here's a theory I have that I think I've been pretty, I think I nailed this one. So I was a big fan of Michael Porter Jr. whenever he was coming out. Here's the Nuggets roster. Sorry, I'm just kind of rolling through here. The Nuggets. The Nuggets are basically, they did something similar to not to this extent yet. But they almost did something similar to what the Sixers did whenever they were tanking, except they didn't tank. So they've done a really good job drafting. I mean, they drafted Jokic, they drafted Jamal Murray, they drafted Gary Harris, and then they've made some smart signings with Millsap and Jeremy Grant and players like that. But I think they drafted Will Barton too, I believe. So yeah, really good core. And none of these guys were like super, 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 super high picks. You know, like some of them in the lottery, but nothing too crazy. But then what they did that I really think is really smart. Michael Porter Jr. would have gone in the top 3 if he didn't have such bad back problems. But he fell, I forget how many picks he fell down, but he fell further than he should have. And then whenever they took him, I thought it was great, because if they miss on him, they already have a bunch of young guys, and they're going to have to pay a lot of these guys anyway. But having too many young guys is a good problem to have. And then the next year, they draft Bol Bol, is a very similar issue. I mean, the guy is like 7'3", three, and he shot 55%, I think, from three that season. And we're seeing him now. I mean, he's not getting the best shooting percentages in the scrimmages right now, but these are his first NBA games ever, and it's it's not going to be the most incredible thing ever, but he's getting rebounds, he's getting blocks, he's altering shots around the rim like crazy, and he's hitting threes. I don't really know what else you can expect from a guy playing his first games ever against NBA players. So I really like what they've done. They took two big swings, and it seems like at least one of them could work out really well. But, I mean, if they both work out, this is already a good team that's going to be even better. I'm really excited to watch them for the next 5+ years. I don't know if you guys heard about Lou Williams, but this has cracked me up. I mean, this picture's not related, but Lou Williams they almost served they served it out. It almost sounded like a suspension. They gave Lou Williams a 10-day quarantine because he went to a strip club for the. I mean, people were making jokes about whether he was getting food. I mean, he might have even said he was just getting food, which, I mean, I don't care. Do your thing. But I just thought it was really funny that Lou Williams got in trouble for going to a strip club. And Lou Williams is the NBA player that is, like, notorious for, not notorious, he's known for in the past having two girlfriends at the same time, and they both knew about it, as you can see here. It's a classic picture. It's just so funny. Like, there's, of the people who could have gotten in trouble for this, not in trouble, gone in the quarantine for this, Lou Williams is a top 5 name that most appropriate, I would have said. That's funny, though.